Hi, this is a quick review of wpDataTables. So I wanted to create a data table on this website, on this page, Heavy Duty Jump Starters, and you can see what we've got in here so far is a table, and it was imported from a CSV file, and it looks nice. And let's just check one other thing. And it's quite responsive as well. Um, well, I wouldn't call that really responsive, no. Um, so it looks okay at that size. Um, yeah, it's not perfect, is it? So anyway, we all know tables are a bit last century, but that's cool. It suits my purposes to use it on this website. Now, what I wanted to do was merge these cells across here, and I've been told that it doesn't merge cells. I've been told that from their support team that what it will do is group columns, which seems a little bit confusing to me, because I've tried to group columns. Apparently, you've got to put the same information in each column that you want it grouped for. So in this case, I want to add this this data here, amps at 12 volts. I want to add it here and here and here. But this, it's not intuitive of how you would do this. For instance, if I go in here to add a new entry, just make this screen a little bit smaller for you. I think what you can probably see here is specifications, amps, BJT, etc., etc. So what we're doing here is we're reading across this row. These are all the different columns across this first row. All right. So then when I press next, we're now at volts 30. That is not intuitive to me at all, because I ideally would be going to volts 12 when you press next. But instead we're on volts 30. And of course, again, it shows you all the different columns for this row, which is volts 30. So say I want to edit this cranking amps row. Let's see if we can try and get there. Well, we're on cranking amps, so that's a good start. So I'll paste it. Whoops, I didn't want to paste in that. What I did want to paste in was amps 12 volt, but I can't get to that, can I? So we're on cranking amps. Let's type it in again, amps at 12 volt. And of course, now I want that into the cold cranking amp section as well. So I press next, but hello, now we've jumped from here all the way down to here. Now, if we go to that, I don't know if you're as confused as I am at this point. Clicking edit does nothing. Editing, apparently we can edit on the front end. I'm not a front end type of guy. I like to see all my options, so I'd prefer to edit from the back end. So I'm not going to even explore edit from the front end. Instead, what I'm going to do is come to their documentation, and we're going to search for edit table. We can create editing. We can create an editable table. This is about the front end. I've already read this. How to hide, apply, and add new, next, previous buttons from the edit modal. If you don't want to offer options in your edit mode, you can hide them. Okay, that's fine. Gutenberg, not using Gutenberg. what can I do if I can't use edit modal? Can I make editable tables? How to hide? XN. Inline editing. Is a pop-up dialog? No. No. Back-end editor. All right, let's go here. A review of the back-end editor. And that's what we've got here. To add it, I've been able to add a new row, yes. To add column button enables you to add more than one. That's fine. No. Inline editing? Give this one a shot. Editing tables in a pop-up dialog in most cases is easy and intuitive. Once the table is configured as editable, you will see an additional checkbox in the back end. Tick it to enable inline editing. To create an inline editable is first to create and configure an editable table. Well, I've got... Sorry, phones there. I'll just pause this video. No, yeah, see, I've already done all this. That's exactly what I had done. So, look, the last part of this review is not about the usability, but on the actual pricing of this product. Lifetime for one domain is almost $200, and finding that hard to justify when there's a lot of programs that you can use for free, generate anything from CSV using templates. I imported the same file onto this website here, and in addition, I've added one extra line of code here, colspan 9. Okay, and then I downloaded that. This has all taken me, you know, less time to do this on this website. Like, this took me literally minutes. And if I go to the CSV file that was created, you can see here the merged cells. Now, I'm not sure what this part is over here. I mean, I'd have to tool around with this a little bit more. But already, you know, within minutes, I'm getting a result that is more in line with what I want. And of course, you know, super duper editable. You know, I could edit this again in seconds. In terms of its responsiveness, I kind of actually prefer that because nothing's getting cut off. And of course, you've got your scroll bars there. So, you know, the free option's looking better than the plugin. Now, look, I'm assuming that these things, that the software will evolve over time, and you know, the UI hopefully will evolve over time, so that when I come in here and try and edit these things, you know, you'd expect to just be able to go in here and start typing, right? But as we've discovered, it's not as easy as that. Let's try and remove this column because, you know, their idea of grouping columns to try and get that merge cell effect, as far as I'm concerned, it's just not worth the bother for me. As you can see, it's not intuitive when it comes to editing at all. We've already looked at this next thing, and we can see it actually, you can see it in yellow when you go from previous to next. You know, there may be an explanation for it, but I just do not find that intuitive. Let's see how easy it is to delete this column. Remove column, specifications, amps. Are you sure there's no undo? That's fine. All right, so that's good. Another thing I didn't like about it, I mean, I guess this is called a feature. When you go in here and edit anything, you know, it's got this apply button, and, you know, I'm sure that a lot of WordPress people out there are quite familiar with, you've been working on something, you want to make it look good, and you're working on it, and then you realize you've made a mistake, and you think, okay, well, there's an easy way out of that. I'll just refresh the page without saving, or go to another page without saving. Well, you know, this auto saves it. So even if you're not happy with what you've done, you're stuck with it, and you'll have to go in and edit it again to get it back to its original state. So, you know, I'm guessing they think that's a feature so that you don't lose any work if you forget to press apply. I actually see that as, you know, as not a feature. What would we say? It's a pain point for me, because I like to muck around with stuff and see how this might look or that might look. And if I'm not happy with it, like I say, not apply it, not save it. But with this, it auto saves it. So, yeah. So, gosh, what to give it in terms of star rating? You know, considering the price and considering that I do not find this very intuitive to use, and considering that I found a free online HTML table generator that actually fitted my needs and was easier to use and understand, I'm going to have to just give it a 3-star rating at this point in time. And if these things get any better, if the help documents become easier to understand, you know, they've got videos, but I'd rather read and see screenshots. Videos are great. Look, I love video tutorials, but only in combination with really good, easy to understand text article, so I can just skim through, find the thing that I want quickly, and then apply it. So back to the documentation, updating, configuring, front end, table, charts, table examples. God, you know, like editing just seems like it would be the #1 thing to explain. Anyway, that's the end of my review. Thank you for watching.